And BK, today I want to teach you guys about very important preposition that is in and at. First of all, I will give you a common idea, a general idea about the difference between in, on, and at. In, as it tells with its word, in is like in the enclosed area. In, this pen is in my hand. Okay, on, this is on, and it is more specific, like a specific point on some in the book, on the page, at the top, at the bottom. So in is general, on is less general, and it is completely special. Okay, let's go here. In, on, at, preposition for place. Okay, we can study in, on, at for preposition of time as well, but this video is just for the in, on, at, preposition of place, because if we put both of the place and the time in the same video, so the video will get longer, and I tried to keep the video shorter for the learners. Okay, and I will upload one other video about the preposition in, on, at, about the time. Okay, let's go on the word. First one is in. We use in for enclosed or large places. Enclosed, there are edges and something is in the edges of something, so this is in. And we use this for the larger areas as well. Okay, as I said, for enclosed and large areas, in the forest, in the bedroom, in the garden, in the desert. Now we try to make a smaller sentences of all of these. So in the forest, we can say that I saw a lion in the forest. I saw a big tree in the forest. I went just to wander in the forest. Okay. In the bedroom, we can say that the girl is in the bedroom, or we can say I was sleeping in the bedroom. Okay, in the garden, I saw many trees in the garden, or there are fruity trees in the garden, or the garden is full of the fruity trees. The other one is in the desert. In the ancient times, the people used the camels in the deserts, because you know the foot of a camel is flat, so a camel can walk in the desert better than any other animals. And we know that in the ancient times, in the early ages, camel was used for transportation. Okay, we use in to talk about cities and towns. If there are cities or the towns, so still we use in, as I said, for the large places, for enclosed or for the large. So cities, a city is a large place, a town as well. Okay, as I said, we use for cities and for the larger places, towns, etc. Okay, how like they are in London, or she studies in London, or she got her education in Washington. Okay, that's okay. They live in Canada. Now these are the towns and the cities. This is the Canary. Okay, it still works. Some expressions. This is very special. We use in for some expressions as well. Have like see here in the newspaper. And be careful, we use somewhere the, and we don't use it in the expressions. Okay. In the newspaper, we can say that I stated this news in the newspaper, or I gave an advertisement in the newspaper, etc. In hospital. Now we can't use, this is the word the is not used, be careful with hospital. In hospital, not in the hospital. Okay, the patient was in hospital when I saw, or after an accident taking place, an accident, all the injuries were in hospital when I reached there. Okay, that's okay. In prison, prison means jail. Now we don't say that in the prison. We just say in prison. We remove the word the in here. Okay, in prison, no the. We don't use the it here. In prison, we can say that my friend was in prison and I went there to see him. Or when I went to see my friend in prison, he was just enjoying, or he was just taking exercise, and so on. It means he wasn't born in the prison. Generally, no one is ready to go into a prison. Okay, in bed. In bed, like we used earlier, in bed, we just sleep in bed, or the kids are in bed, or she's in bed, etc. We can use any simple sentence for in bed. The other one is in the sky. Now here we use the. These are expressions, general expressions. In sky, no, in the sky. We can say that the birds fly in the sky, okay, or the bird flew in the sky. Okay, we use in for an armchair. If there is a simple chair, no arms to put our arms on it, we don't use in. If there is an armchair, we say I am in chair, I was in chair, he was revolving himself in a chair. Okay, but arms are necessary to use expression in preposition in this expression. Okay, now we come here. 8. We use for events, for example, at the conference, at the meeting. Now we can say that I heard this thing when the president was at the conference. He was doing some conference. Or at the meeting, I received your call when I was at the meeting, or I was at the meeting, that's why I cannot receive your phone call. Okay, we use it for someone at someone's house. For example, he was at his friend's house, etc. We use for stopping somewhere. I stopped at a very green area when I was traveling to anywhere. We can say to Los Angeles when I was traveling to London or someone. Okay, that's okay. We use it for some expressions. Again, there is expression. He is at home. He is at university. She is at reception. For example, there is a reception of a hotel or restaurant or a hospital. So we can say that she is at the reception of the restaurant, or he is at university, or he is at home, etc. The is not used in these expressions. We can say that he is at the home. We don't say. We just say he is at home. No addition of the. He is at university. We don't say that he is at the university. We say that she is at reception. We don't say that she is at the reception. We remove the. We don't put the in these expressions. Okay. Last one is on. We use on for surface. Okay. For example, there is a book on the table. Now the table is flat. It is its surface. There is a book on the table, on the desk, etc. Okay. If something is attached with something, we use on. For example, if I have a ring, there is a ring on my finger. If I have a watch, so there is a watch on my wrist. Okay, there is an example. She is wearing a necklace on her neck. Okay. Number 2. There are 3 apples on the tree. If there is a fruit tree and there are fruits with the tree, so we use on, preposition on. There are 3 apples on the tree. There is a bunch of bananas on the banana tree, etc. We use on for this. Okay. We use on for coast or river closed living areas. She lives on the coastal area.